Were you a gamer as well? Bit of a gamer. So we all know that everybody gathered here reads Durjay Datta. But who does Durjay Datta read? Who's your favorite author?
It's very difficult to pick a favorite author because I have very strong recency bias when it comes to picking authors. So I will always pick writers that I have read recently. But I think few of the writers that have genuinely shaped my writing is I started reading from Ruskin Bond. Then, of course, the usual suspects, John Grisham, Tom Clancy, etc., etc. Then the Hannibal Lecter series used to be
Frederick
great.
Forsyth?
Yeah?
Frederick Forsyth?
No, I did not read him.
Uh,
I did not read him. No.
Jeffrey Archer?
Jeffrey Archer, yes, a
Yes.
little bit. Then, of course, I was introduced to a lot of literary fiction. So, Salman Rushdie and Jhumpa Lahiri. In fact, The Namesake is one of my favorite all-time books. So that, and then when I started writing a little bit, I really got into young adults. So John Green used to be one of my favorite authors. Liba Bray used to be one of my favorite authors. So I read like quite a bit around and around. But if you ask me what I'm reading right now, Rahul Bhattacharya's new book came out. It's called The Real Song. I'm halfway through it. Brilliant book. I'm also reading Megha Mojumdar's Guardian and a Thief. I've just finished it. It's great. She wrote another book called A Burning. So both books are great. Also, one book I think is essential reading for everyone. It's a non-fiction book. It's called The Age of Empire. I think everyone should read it. Before reading that book, I used to think of AI as this magical tool that will change everything. But now that I have read it, I think we are overstating its intelligence per se. It's an essential read. I think everyone should read it. The name is The Age of Empire by Karen Howe.
Now the most important question, my dear friend. Are you a Potterhead?
So the thing about me is that I read a lot of books and I promptly forget it. So if you ask me the plots of even books that I've deeply loved, even after 3 months from the time that I have read it, I will not remember it. So Harry Potter, I grew up reading. And I used to consider myself as a Harry Potter fan for a really long time. Contrast it to my wife who remembers everything that she has read, right? And she remembers, so every time a Harry Potter movie comes on, and she said, do you know what's going to happen? And I said, no, I don't know what's going to happen. And she says, how, you have read the books, how do you not remember what's going to happen? So off late, I have started calling myself as not a Potterhead, but I used to be. I mean, there's so many merchandise around my house that's Potter related, but I don't feel connected to anymore because I'm shamed so many times in my house.
Damn it. I have read the books like 5 or 6 times, each and every one, because they were the perfect escape for me when we were growing up. Which brings me to my next point. The matter of escape. I think almost every form of entertainment, be it films, media, and of course, even books, offered us a form of escape growing up. So, as a writer, do you believe that gives you a certain obligation? As in, when you're writing, do you feel that you must give your audience an escape? Or would you rather just provide a bit of a societal mirror in what you're writing through your characters, their characterizations? Or do you feel that you must balance each and every book according to the story that you wish to tell?
Okay, so I definitely the latter. So Stephen King wrote this brilliant book for writers. It is called On Writing. If you ever want to be a writer, read that book. So in that, he says that even if you're writing about a spacecraft, for example, start your story by describing what the plumber is doing, so that you invite them in a way that they can imagine themselves in a story. So when I am writing, I do not want to take the reader out of their reality and put them in a fantasy space and say that this is also, I mean, read this and forget your problems. Instead, I like to invite them in a world that they can imagine themselves in. That is what, because I also like, so a lot of people ask me sometimes, do you read Western romance? I don't read Western romance because when I read Western romance, the characters and the situations and the society and the culture seems very alien to me. So for me to digest that love story becomes a little bit of an uphill battle. So I do not want to create a reality that's too far away from what my reader is reading. I think that is, and that's not because I want to make the reader feel something, that's because I like to read those books where I am invited into that world that is slow, that feels like mine. I mean, the book that I just talked about, Rail Song, by Rahul Bhattacharya, it is about a Bengali family. So the minute I open the page and see that a Bengali family, and it's not even current times, it's in 1974. So the minute I start reading it, I'm immediately in that book. I'm like, okay, he's talking about me. So I want to give readers that feeling because, see, one of the greatest superpowers that books have is that once you're reading a book, there will be a point when you're reading something and you'll be like, I have never told anyone this. How does this writer know me so intimately? And I aim for that.